This is the Mysterious Crystal. Super flat deck, really low apex rails, so there's not much tuck coming up from the bottom. This one in particular is 5'5", 20 1/8, 2 1/4 inches thick. The bottom has a lot of stuff going on, but it's intended to feel a lot more smooth than it looks. The bottom starts with V in the nose, so you increase the rail line rocker and just get the rail line out of the way on what is considered a wider nose. Then that V transitions to single concave in the center of the board, one single concave going from rail to rail, aside from the triplane. And then it goes to V in the tail, on a tail that's this wide to turn a little bit quicker. If you're trying to do somewhat performance surfing, the V in the tail helps it do that because of increased rail line rocker just in the last few inches. That's the whole like skeleton of the bottom. And then inside of that lies this inverted V nose entry. By inverted V, think of just V, but inverted, it's backwards. It straightens the center rocker in the front of the board, so it gets rid of all that curve that would be there. So you get the benefits of complete opposites, V and inverted V, and none of the drawbacks. You have the increased rail line rocker, but the straighter center entry rocker. And then after that, the bottom has what is considered triplane. So there's 2 flat surfaces for the outside planes, and then 1 single concave for the center plane. These angled flat panels really help the board get onto rail a lot quicker, especially on a board that's a little bit wider with single concave, because single concave is really great. It's super speed generating and it creates tons of lift, but they tend to not want to go onto rail very well. Yeah, these square tip swallowtails is a feature that I incorporated into a few of my personal boards over the last few years and felt like it had this cool controlled release. Super subtle, but it just felt really good, and so I've been doing it a lot on my swallowtail boards. With a flat deck, like this board's 2 1/4 inches thick in the center, but holding the rail, it feels like, I guess, beefy in a sense, but not in a negative way. So they pack a ton of volume, so you can ride them really short. You can do a surfing on it that is equally as high performance, I would argue in some circumstances, as a performance surfboard, just in a different way and a different approach. That short length kind of combats the negativities of the super flat rocker, so you can fit it in really tight spots of the wave despite it being really flat, which is pretty sick for pockety beach breaks. And then the positive elements of the flatness of the rocker translate well to a more open-faced wave as well. So it's a really all-around board. There's just so much volume that's carried out from nose to tail, like just the tail tips. They're not super finely foiled and thin, they still have some chunk. It's a quad fin. I really like quads because you get to have the pivotability of a thruster and the down the line speed of a twin to some degree. That's the Mysterious Crystal.